political. That was an ICU nurse who worked at the VA, who was legally carrying a firearm that was holstered while he was filming, who is now being painted as a domestic terrorist because he took a gun to a protest. But all these 2A a couple years back were screaming Kyle Rittenhouse's name from the goddamn rooftops. Oh, that was different. Yeah, you're right. He had a rifle strapped to his chest. The man who was shot and by ICE was concealed carrying a firearm that he was legally allowed to have. I am now seeing reports that it's even possible that they disarmed him by taking his weapon out of his holster that was at his 6 o'clock, and then they mag dumped the guy. So if you are legally carrying a firearm and they take that off of your person and then utilize that as a justification to put rounds in your fucking back while you were laying face down on the pavement, then it was never about following the law. The Second Amendment doesn't matter anymore, and you're So where's all the don't tread on me, 2A, gun-toting, boot-licking parts? Or is it just when it's not on your side? So I'm done playing the middle ground. I'm done making first aid videos that just might help, that can be seen by both sides. So it. Trump, ICE, we are not mad enough.
Well, ICE has claimed another victim. His name is Alex Pretti, a 37-year-old ICU nurse who was gunned down by federal agents simply for getting in the way and making their lives more difficult. He did have a loaded handgun on him, and he still thought it was a good idea to get in the way and cause problems. Well, they shot him, and he's dead. Actually, they shot him many times. Many times. And it's really too bad. And now everybody on Instagram is starting to virtue signal, especially Scotty K Fitness. I looked at this. I saw the he, him, and the little safe space for here. And I said, was it Scotty K Fitness? No, it's K Fitness. Just so you know, it's Scotty K Fitness. He's all up in his feelings about what ICE did. And let's break it down because, guys, when I saw this, I thought it was a troll. I thought that this was one big joke by some meathead steroid addict who's probably on Tren, mocking the concept of what happens to guys after they take a lot of Tren. Tren is a supplement taken by bodybuilders that some people say can make you get. How many times did he have to undo this and, record himself doing this and flex and show you he has tattoos? Oh, he's a badass. He's got sleeve tattoos. You better watch out for him. This guy's energy is very worrisome to someone like me because this is what I call rage. Rage is a very kind of violent. It's very, unhinged. And it's violent, guys. I think most of the crimes committed in this country is attributable to rage because masculine rage is not looking to attack. It's looking to restrain. This guy wants to attack.
Political. That was an ICU nurse who worked at the VA, who was legally carrying a firearm that was holstered while he was filming, who is now being painted as a domestic because he took a gun to a protest.
Okay, it is wrong to paint him as a domestic terrorist. That is wrong. That's not precise. He's an idiot. He brought a loaded handgun to a protest. Now, he's allowed to do that, but if you're going to agitate, you've now amped things up massively because now they're thinking you can reach for a gun. If you didn't have the gun, this would be different. Some Democrats are actually saying, well, you got to defend yourself against the law enforcement. Okay, if that's the way you think, then go. It's over. There's no hope for someone like you. You're too stupid to live in society. If you think you should carry a gun to a protest as self-defense against the cops, you're guaranteed to die.
Terrorist because he took a gun to a protest. But all these 2A
Why does he have to say the F word all the time? You notice these guys, they think just because they have facial hair and they say the F word all the time, they're tough. No, you're not tough. Your tattoos don't make you tough. You have weak energy. I believe that you're addicted to Tren. And all the guys know that are in the fitness community, Tren makes you get as you're perfectly exhibiting. So all you're doing is showing us what stack you're on, to be honest.
Kyle Rittenhouse's name from the goddamn rooftops. Oh, that was different. Yeah, you're right. He had a rifle strapped to his chest. The man who was shot and by ICE.
Well, that's one difference. I mean, I think Kyle Rittenhouse was also an idiot for what he did. He used it in self-defense, not against the cops. How is that even close to being the same thing?
Was concealed carrying a firearm that he was legally allowed to have. I am now seeing reports that it's even possible that they disarmed him by taking his weapon out of his holster that was at his 6 o'clock, and then they mag dumped the guy. So if you are legally carrying a firearm and they take that off.
Why are you so pumped up, dude? Get a grip, man. This is totally, he's on the verge of tears. This is what a woman on SSRIs is like. Like, dude, get some freaking control. Take some amino acids or something, man. Your energy is wrong, dude. It's probably the trend in the steroid stack you're on. But it's like, okay, man, you're scaring everybody. Why are you making fists and punching the air? Look at this. Who does this, guys? Who does this? Oh yeah, I'm Conor McGregor. I'm fighting the camera as I tell you about how ICE killed somebody. Wah. Like, okay, dude, a lot of bad things happen in the world. Why are you freaking out and punching air because of it? It's, it's very, what you'd expect from Scotty K Fitness.
And then they mag dumped the guy. So if you are legally carrying a firearm and they take that off of your person and then utilize that as a justification to put rounds in your back while you were laying face down on the pavement, then it was never about following the law. The Second Amendment doesn't matter anymore. And you're so where's all the don't tread on me two-way gun-toting boot-licking tards? Or is it just when it's not on your side? So I'm done playing the middle ground. I'm done making first aid videos that just might help. Sides. So Trump, ICE.
Istari says, I hate this archetype of man, roid rage, G facial hair, gymfluencer who says F all the time and must let you know how progressive he is. So true. Dude is such a, I can't say that. Secularity says, yeah, bro, I yelled, cussed, I took my jacket off and threw it on the ground. I made my hand shake while pulling up my sleeves. Yeah, bro. I recorded it. The whole thing said I was fun. It was epic, bro. That'll show him. That is so well written and so true. This guy says, gays are getting super good at being invisible to gays today, man. Just looking at him with his sleeves covering his arms, I don't know that I'd immediately see it. Dude is clearly on some kind of medication, LOL. It is. It's called Tren. I'm diagnosing him with a Tren addiction. And just so you know I'm not making it up, it says right here, no, Trenbolone does not make you gay. Okay, well, this is a lie, but here's what it does. Uncovering latent desires. Some users report that when their libido is so high, they may act on or explore sexual fantasies that previously ignored or suppressed, leading to the perception that the drug changed them, when all it did was make them do what they said they wanted to do the whole time. So yeah, the Morales frequency says he's a tough guy, and I know this because he has a big old mustache and tattoos. Exactly, and fake muscles from all the trend. Juice says, I bet his boyfriend loves that stash. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to be into that. This guy says, imagine trying to eat with that disgusting baleen mustache. Yep, I mean, it's weird. This guy says, bro is so emotional, he can't even stand still. This is what we voted for. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. I think it's funny, though. Second City Bureaucrat says, it's a personality disorder. Yep, that's exactly right. You win a like from me. Nick DeSoto says, what's the point in having a manly mustache, muscles, tats, etc. if you act like a hysterical 40-year-old woman? Yep, that's a very good point. Perfectly done. Boomer Wow says, let me show you how masculine I am, why I whine like a bitch. See my overgrown mustache? See the dumbbells behind me? Very impressed, right? Yes. Mio says, bro's literally shaking, LMAO. This guy says, very clearly a gay theater kid putting on a one-man production for his lib fans. He doesn't give a that someone died. He sees it as an opportunity to use it for his own gains. Everything is a team and tribe sport. Those people weren't on his team. Steve says, the fact that you don't realize how you sound is absolutely astounding. It is astounding. You can cope or you can seethe, but you can't do both. You are this G. This guy says it's even worse. He spends half the video performatively taking off his jacket and rolling up his sleeves to show you his badass tattoo and how he's so cool and swole and not your typical liberal. Revenant says most of these people are paid actors. It really does look like that. It really does. This guy says, I've seen people call that mustache a car wash. Yep, I think that's actually very accurate. This guy says, and you can tell his whole shtick is that he's a blue-collar liberal with a tough mustache and tattoos. It literally is LOL. Like, to a normal guy, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, fudge Nazis. I stand against fascism. If you're fascism, you gotta come through me. Yeah, okay. Nice hot pink colors. Caesar says only 3 people wear that kind of mustache in 2026. People born in 1939, homosexuals, people who are trying to hide their homosexuality. Yes, exactly right, Sir Caesar Silverberg. It's beautifully done.
Where's all the don't tread on me two-way gun-toting, boot-licking f***ards?
Don't say f***ards. It's super gay. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess you should say it, all things considered. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it enlightened your soul. I hope that you took away so much wisdom from it. I hope that you have an appreciation for Scotty K Fitness and his rageful gay rants and understand his contribution to society and understand how tough and masculine he is. He has tattoos. He has a mustache that's ridiculous. He's got a gay hat and he's got weights behind him. And he's got some sort of hexagonal situation. Looks like a testosterone. Actually, that might be a trend molecule at the top. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if that is a trend molecule at the top. I'm going to do some chat GPTing around and seeing if we can crack the case. But guys, do not do trend. It will make you gay unless you want to be like Scotty K. Look at that. I did a great job. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Share this with every single person you've ever met in your entire life. That's right. Go all the way back to the archives. I want you to...